welcome back to the channel. Just in case you are new here then, I bought this boat last year and it was an absolute state, but it was my dream boat. Such a unique ocean going design of a catamaran, which was actually based on ancient Polynesian ocean craft, which were responsible for the spread of people across Polynesia and Australasia. To get the boat to where it is now has been a lot of work, and right now I'm trying to get this boat from a sort of coastal cruising state to ocean going state, because I eventually plan on crossing oceans. We're getting there slowly. The last weeks there's been a lot of progress. We've painted the boat, there's been a lot of good stuff that's been done. However, there was a bit of a setback with a demon fungi which is trying to eat my boat, but we're still putting that to one side, and this week we're working on the boom, making a boom out of pretty cheap pine, and also getting to the bottom, getting to the very bottom and fixing the engine, which has been causing me all sorts of trouble. So I hope you enjoy the video. Thank you very much for watching. I got my gooseneck through the post, and it's like a universal one. It should fit every mast, and it pretty much fits mine. But I need to make a bracket to attach the boom, which I've started making. But yeah, I need to attach it with some metal which links the boom to the gooseneck. And I've got a good collection of scrap metal, and I've got a big piece of 316 which I could use, but I know that to bolt the fitting to the boom it's going to be difficult to line up the holes exactly, especially without a pillar drill. Obviously I'm going to be bolting through the timber with this on either side, but I found these. I think these were inside the old tiller bar which I took off, which was rotting. They're chain plates. They were probably meant for this boat at some point. Probably could have used them actually, but they've been drilled and they're pretty in line, these holes. There's some random holes here. I could use that. This hole here is a little bit too big for the gooseneck, but yeah, could be worked. So I might not even need to modify them. I can use different profiles of tubing to make everything fit, I think. I don't know, it feels a bit dodgy what I'm doing. There are times where I've just ploughed ahead with stuff and it's just had to be redone and I've wasted time. And it's difficult to see which path you're on, if you're on the right path or some sideways tangent path. And anyway, I'm gonna just crack on with this, I think. I didn't manage to do any work yesterday, but I did go out and get some stuff. I'm a little bit caught in two minds. I don't know. I'm going to just continue with the boom for as long as I can. It's still 10 degrees temperature, so I'm going to continue with that. But yeah, I just went out and bought loads of stuff for the jobs that I want to be doing. But yeah, I don't know. I've just been so tired the last couple of days. I don't know what it is, but yeah, it's so difficult. I think because I have my bedroom's just so incredibly cozy. It's so difficult to get out of it. I got a load of stuff at least, and then today I think I'm going to go pick up some wood so I can do the hardwood bits on the side of the boom. Yeah, I got these rollers which are for the reefing points on the boom. Yeah, these were like €2, but I also need rollers for the ropes coming out of my mast, and they're ridiculous for like large rollers like this. In some cases €30. I think I only filmed the one that was 18, but it's just ridiculous. And then fast hardener. So I actually have a little bit, but I've just got a little bit more. So apparently I can use this. Well, the minimum temperature is 5 degrees, so that's good. It means I can fiberglass when it's 10 degrees, so that's why I'm continuing with the boom. Got a load of split pins as well, just a little stock of them because they are always handy, and there's a couple of places where I need them. This is my rectifier, which you saw me testing last week. That was broken, so I can always put that on, but don't exactly need warm temperatures for that. And then got some stainless screws, and because in the last video my stay sail wouldn't fit, so I've got this. This is another stay sail attachment. 6 screw holes. What do you think? Is that strong enough? The metal is probably only 2mm. That's probably about 4, and then 2mm there. But I'll need to bend that to fit the mast. Rivets, this thing, washers, because with these I need to put this through the boom so these can spin. And yeah, some washers which will hold that in place. Check this out. It's all a bit creased, but new Wildling sailing merch. Mine just came through the post yesterday. All hand drawn. Hey, drew this myself. You can probably tell. But yeah, thank you to everyone that ordered since the last video. I've had a few orders. If you did order something, then send me a picture. I'd love to see what you bought. But yeah, these just came through yesterday. Took about 5 or 6 days to come. Got another design here. Crew. You can join the crew. Decent enough quality. The print quality is really good. I'm really happy with it. So yeah, I'll probably continue to make some in my free time. So I think the plan today is just go and get this hardwood. So this is the boom. These are the hardwood side strips which make it a T-section. I'm going to have to go and try and pick up a lot of wood on my bike, cut them to size. Then I'm going to measure exactly where all my reefing points are. So I'm going to have to put the sail up again. And also, I think fiberglassing this boom is going to be an absolute must, because it's going to be under a lot of twisty pressure, and bolting through timber is not the best, but perhaps the only way I can get a metal fitting onto it. So I thought I was going to have to cut one of these with the circular saw, but I've just seen they've got strips already. The only problem is they are quite bendy, but once it's glued and screwed to the boom, it will pull up to it, I think. So I could just get a few of these. Yeah. I have my wood pushing trolley. This place is literally only a 5-minute walk from the boatyard, so it's super handy to have. So here it is, the boom of death. We'll see how low it is, but I'm thinking that maybe I'll have to have a supply of crash helmets on board for whoever's helming. I never wanted a boom because it's a dangerous thing, but I need it to get the right sail shape. So it's not too low at the moment. I hopefully don't need to lower it much more. I'll just pull up the mainsail and then make a few measurements on exactly where the reefing points are going to go. There's just a little bit of wind at the moment, so I don't want to put the sail up just yet. Hopefully it'll die down. I'm just going to test the fast hardener because I've not used this for ages. It's just been stored away. I'll just do one little pump. It is painfully slow using this pump system. Oops. The hardener is a little bit orange. I don't know if that's normal. I'll mix it up and give it a try. It's definitely got a different colour to it. A slightly orangey colour. So I'm just getting a bit of an estimate of where the reefing point should be. It should not only pull down but pull back as well. So good news, I've been granted permission to work in this covered from rain place. Yeah, it's kind of like such a dense mist, you just get these little drops of water, so it's impossible to work outside. So this is brilliant, this is just great. As long as the temperature stays above 5 degrees I can work on the boom with epoxy. But yeah, I'm just going to cut all these little side strip pieces and get it all sort of a dry fit, and then I can glue it all together and put some fiberglass. I'm definitely going to be fiberglassing this bit around the gooseneck. I need to leave a bit of room for a fillet and some fiberglass.
hard way and it's easy sailing.
Do it the hard way. Got the boom all dry fit, so pre-drilled everything, everything's screwed in. I'm just gonna glue everything together what I've done so far. I'll shape it again, get all the planks and pieces flush. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with it. I've been really taking my time and that's why it's taking so long, but just trying not to mess anything up. So, the epoxy test was a success. I'm going to be using microfibers for bonding and obviously a little bit of gap filling, but it does say it provides a good wetting out of the substrate, which I've been told as well. I don't always need to pre-coat with epoxy. If I get the right consistency with this, then it should wet it out and stick it. Hopefully I've got enough epoxy. Shout out to Steve Farnworth. It was his birthday the other day. That's my dad. He always gets me these free gloves. Hey, 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 never have a shortage of gloves. Now for the most fun bit. That's the first arm of the T section done. Flipping takes ages. I think I'm going to risk using the leftover stuff on the other side because it is quite cool. Should be alright. Let's see. Hopefully. Seems too good to waste. I'm a bit hungry. I hate working when I'm hungry. This is my camera that I use every day and it's just been such a good servant. But I love it because you've got all the paint, you've got primer, you've got the decks, top coat, primers, epoxy primers, loads of crap. But it's a really solid and really good camera. Anyway, it's not working today because, as you can see from all the epoxy jobs, there's been a build up and this has been building up over time. But I can't press the record button, so I think if I just chip away around the edges, hopefully it should. can use this one. That's fancy that, it's got 2 buttons. Okay. Woo! The epoxy's set. It was really cool last night, really cool, but it's set. I'm definitely going to laminate it, I think, because the pine is not the greatest quality, and I don't really know when I laminate it if I can actually get the fiberglass to follow this fillet. I think the fillet might be a bit small, let me know what you think. So fiberglasses that have experience, would I be able to fiberglass around this corner? But yeah, it's nice and set. This is not fully squeezed together here, I didn't see that last night, but apart from that it all looks really good. It's going to be a lot of sanding and shaping and stuff to do on it, but pretty good. So it looks like it's going to be really cold for the next like 4 or 5 days, so I'll put this project to the side for now, I think, and then I will get this new rectifier on my engine so that I have 2 working engines. That would be very nice. I don't think I'll be going anywhere again this year, but it's nice to have it done. It's probably going to be another day of just going out. I'm going to need to get some longer wires. On the old rectifier, one of the wires has a white and green, and one of them is just green. On the new one, they're both green, so I hope that it doesn't matter which one goes in where. So this is the original positive lead that goes to the engine. I just need to put a little side wire on. I'm gonna redo. I can't speak today. I've got some ends almost the same, a little bit wide around the terminal, but hopefully it'll be all right. Got some new wire. I'm gonna replace the whole wire. I think it's the same gauge. I got this from the marine shop and it's not tinned, but this is all they had in the marine shop. It's not cheap. These cheap electrical connector sets are a bit of a nightmare. These sort of plastic coverings are really bad, not very good for marine use. I want to take them off and put shrink sleeving over it. Actually, I'll reuse this green isolating thing. I don't think this is gonna shrink. Bit of emergency tape just in case. positive first. Pretty sure it's positive first. Yeah. Moment of truth. So we have 14 volts at idle. Now I'm going to rev it up and hopefully it doesn't go past 16. I think it was charging 16 last time. Ideally it should be staying around 14.6, something like that. Tidied it up in here a bit. Can't get this rubber bit to fit over there. Kind of. Sprayed everything with WD-40. Yeah, it's actually looking a lot better than what it did do before, and also now I've learnt a lot more about this engine. I think that's job done. I think this one also has a bit of a weak fuel pump because every time, no matter how hot the engine is, it will take about 10 turns over to get started. So I think it's a weak fuel pump, especially when I really pump the fuel through it. It seeps out of the side of the fuel pump. So I think maybe just a new fuel pump and then this engine should be perfect. Should be. So when my parents come, they're actually coming in a couple of weeks. We're going to take, I think, 2 of the 2-stroke engines which came with this boat. I've also got my old Mercury, and then while I'm back in the UK we're going to sell them and then yeah, raise a bit of money. Whether I could even maybe sell this one, use all the money that I get from those engines, which are probably going to go on eBay, and hopefully I might even be able to afford a brand new one, but we'll see. I might try a new fuel pump on this one. Obviously if it's been a bit lazy now, it's eventually going to conk out, and that's not what you want, but I'm happy for now. So it's a super clear sky, and you can see with a little bit of a red tint, that's Mars. And then up there, that big bright one, that's Jupiter. It's mad. Mars. We'll go there someday. Yeah, there's been some progress this week. Not a huge amounts, not as much as usual, but good solid progress. Let me know what you think. Am I doing anything wrong? All of this footage is up to date. I've not got any more. So if there are any adjustments that I can make, I can still make them. Hopefully we'll get a little patch of reasonably warmer weather so I can laminate that boom. I've got actually some equipment so I can climb the mast, so I can do my stay sail attachment thingy majiggy, and yeah, just crack on with a load of other things. It's cooling down a little bit, as you can tell, because I've got my coat on and my hat on indoors. I've got 2 heaters so I'm keeping nice and warm. Yeah, a huge thanks. Well, first of all, huge thanks to everyone who purchased a t-shirt or a mug or some merchandise, because that is very, very helpful for me, because yeah, constantly for all these jobs it's just money is just going deep deep deep. But thanks to my patrons, PayPalers and coffee givers and super thankers, I am still breaking even, which is good. So yeah, thank you to everyone who bought some merch, and check out my merch store in case you do like these t-shirts. Don't buy them if you think they're rubbish. If you do like them, get them. There's links in the description. I have a US store and an EU store, but you can actually order from around the world. It might just take a little bit longer for shipping, but hopefully you would get it in time for Christmas. But yeah, huge thanks to everyone whose names have been showing up on the screen and all of my super thankers as well. I'm going to finish off editing this video and then get cracking with some more work. Got a couple of guys coming. We're hopefully going to install an autopilot, which is going to be a really big thing for the boat. Definitely need an autopilot, so that's going to be nice. But yeah, thanks again for watching. See you in the next one. Bye bye.